How is commercial equipment leasing and financing distinct from commercial real estate leasing? Commercial equipment leasing and financing focuses primarily on the acquisition and utilization of movable, tangible property used in business operations. This area of practice involves the creation of security interests and the execution of master lease agreements that govern assets such as industrial machinery, medical technology, or vehicle fleets. Legal counsel in this field must ensure that the financier's interest is properly perfected against third-party claimants, which requires a meticulous approach to public filing systems and specialized registries. The documentation is designed to address the rapid depreciation of the asset and the specific remedies available upon a default involving portable property. Consequently, the legal structures used here are built for mobility and the efficient recovery of equipment across various locations. In contrast, commercial real estate leasing is centered on the occupation and use of fixed, immovable property, such as office buildings, retail centers, or industrial warehouses. These transactions are governed by the principles of real property law, where the rights of the landlord and tenant are tied to a specific physical location. The legal work involves negotiating complex triple net or gross leases that allocate responsibilities for property taxes, insurance, and structural maintenance over long durations. Public records for real estate are maintained through county-level land title systems, which differ significantly from the filing requirements for movable equipment. The permanence of the asset necessitates a focus on land use regulations, environmental compliance, and the long-term preservation of the building's physical integrity. The financial structure of equipment financing is often driven by the tax treatment and depreciation schedules of the specific hardware being funded. Financing arrangements such as capital leases or fair market value leases allow a business to manage its balance sheet by matching the payment term to the useful life of the machine. Legal practitioners must draft provisions that account for the eventual obsolescence of the equipment, including return conditions and end-of-term purchase options. These agreements frequently include hell or high water clauses that require the lessee to continue making payments regardless of any technical failure or dissatisfaction with the equipment's performance. The primary objective is to protect the lender's or lessor's anticipated return on investment in a depreciating asset. Real estate leasing utilizes a different financial logic, where the value of the underlying asset often appreciates over the term of the agreement. Rent structures typically include escalations based on consumer price indexes or fixed percentage increases to account for market changes over 10 to 20 years. The legal documentation must address the concept of tenant improvements, where the landlord or tenant invests significant capital into modifying the immovable space to suit specific business needs. These improvements become a permanent part of the real estate, leading to complex negotiations regarding ownership and removal rights at the end of the term. Financing in this sector is usually secured by a deed of trust or mortgage on the land itself, rather than a security interest in a single piece of hardware. The remedies for default in commercial equipment financing are designed for speed and the prevention of asset dissipation. If a debtor fails to make payments, the legal process emphasizes the right of the creditor to repossess the equipment and sell it in a commercially reasonable manner to satisfy the debt. Legal counsel must navigate the requirements for providing notice to the debtor and ensuring that the subsequent sale or release of the equipment meets specific professional standards. Because equipment can be easily moved or hidden, the legal strategy often involves seeking immediate court orders for the seizure of the property. This focuses on the liquidation value of the asset rather than the continued operation of a specific business location. Remedies in commercial real estate leasing are much more formal and are dictated by the laws governing the possession of land. A landlord cannot simply change the locks on a commercial space without following a prescribed legal process involving a summons and a court-ordered eviction. The legal proceedings are often more time-consuming because they involve the termination of a leasehold estate in a fixed location. Furthermore, landlords have a duty to mitigate their losses by attempting to find a new tenant for the vacant space, a requirement that is less stringent in the context of mass-produced equipment.
The legal focus remains on the restoration of the premises and the recovery of past due rent and future damages associated with the remaining term of the lease. To learn more about our law firm's commercial equipment leasing and financing legal practice, we welcome you to visit our website and contact our law firm to schedule an initial consultation. Thank you.